Innovation is all about rocket science. To innovate, we need to think out of the box or outside this world is very limiting at times. Because each one of us cannot be a genius. But I feel strongly that each one of us can at least participate. Let me show you a few examples of how, as a product designer, we tackle or try to improve our everyday life experiences through creative problem solving. Now, on the screen, you'll see a very mundane and a regular multi-plug and a two-pin plug. At the first sight, probably you would say, okay, what's the problem with it? Probably nothing. But when you actually start using it on a regular basis, and you'll closely notice one thing is that the plug tends to fall off. It gets loose, the two pins get loose, and it tends to fall off. And that happens due to gravity. And also because the multi-plug is flat on the base. This is a nagging problem which I was experiencing, and I wanted to do something about it. A very simple idea, just added an angle of 40 degrees at the bottom of the plug. And here, what I've done is that where gravity was actually the problem which was causing the plug to fall off, I've harnessed gravity to create a gravity lock instead. So I found a solution in the problem itself, and this is an angular multi-plug. And this is the final product which was created, and it's been really doing well for the past 15 years now. And it has started a new category of products called the angular multi-plugs. The solutions mostly lie with the problems itself, and that is what is called as contextual innovation. There's another way of looking at the same situation. For example, every problem is actually an opportunity in disguise. But this was a very interesting brief which was given by the marketing team of a home appliance company. Can you design a refrigerator which looks taller than the competition? Now that was kind of an intriguing brief by itself. That how do you create a product taller than the competition? And the catch was, you could not increase the cooling capacity. So without increasing the cooling capacity, how do you increase the height of a product, which is primarily used for refrigeration? So we started off visiting homes. And interestingly, we observed certain things, that people use these kind of makeshift arrangements like chowkis to actually raise the height of the refrigerators. They're also buying these kind of plastic stands, which are readily available in the market, to raise the height. And another observation which we made in the kitchen area was that these kind of shelves were being bought by people to store their onions and potatoes. Now, this also kind of engages a certain amount of your space in the kitchen. Apart from that, the fact that when you place your refrigerator, that corner is already blocked. You have no use of that vertical space anymore. That's when the idea struck. How about combining these two utilities and make a product out of it? That was me developing the first prototype of the utility drawer along with some structural engineers. And what we devised, we also did test market with the potential users. It was actually a utility drawer for dry storage of onions and potatoes beneath the refrigerator. So now what you have is a product which looks very well integrated. It has also increased the height from the regular refrigerators. And interestingly, it has been adapted very well by the rest of the industry now, and it's become a standard in the trade. The status quo can go. That's a thing I always believe in. For example, this is a very common sight. We always use clips, various kinds, made of wood, made of plastic, of metal, to dry our clothes on the line. And what surprises me is that there are two problems which we face on a daily basis while using these, but no one seems to actually notice them. One is that the spring actually leaves rust marks on your clothes, right? And the second, the life of these products are pretty small. because they dry out in the sun and the plastic gets brittle while in the sun. The material gets brittle. But why don't we notice it? The fact is hidden in habituation, which actually stops us from thinking of it as a problem, and that's why we've never thought of any solutions for this problem at all. A simple solution. By doing away the spring and making this product monolithic, now this product has dual jaws. So you could actually hang it from both the sides as a clip. If one of the jaws break off, it still can be used from the other side. So you actually double the life of the product. And also, it doesn't leave any more rust marks. This is the final product. I've always believed genuine needs are often felt, but seldom spelt. I'm sure you would have experienced this situation where you have to really, struggle hard to fetch ice. And believe me, most companies have gone to greater lengths to actually overcomplicate the art of fetching ice. Because I think what they felt was that the problem was with the tray. And that's why they tried to design the tray. But at a close notice, you would understand that why actually this problem occurs. Simple. Water, it expands when it freezes. And the shape of the cube, as it says, it's a cube, along the four sides, it exerts pressure on the tray. And that's why it gets stuck. And that's why all the twisting and turning that we've got to do. So what we thought, in fact, me and my wife, we devised this, that let's tackle the problem in a different manner. Let's not design or redesign the tray, but look at the problem from the ice itself. So we started designing the ice first. And what we did, we took inspiration from a drop, and we devised the ice as a drop. So it's hemispherical on the bottom. So what now happens is that, simple physics, when water expands, the ice now pops up automatically. And you can just scoop it out. You don't have to twist and turn. And the best part is, the ice looks awesome. So leave you with the thought that we don't have to always think out of the box. We can still innovate by thinking about the box. So stay curious and live creative. Thank you.